Undead Escape is a semi-cooperative board game that pits up to 4 zombies against 1 human player. Hey guys, I know you're excited to learn how to play this, so we'll just get right into it. Now, what you see here is not a full game board. I've only put out about 12 tiles. Figure that's really all we need to do to show you how to play. And what you'll see is, throughout the board we have these open boxes. So to start setting up the game, really all you do is place the tiles face down with the box side up, so you don't really know where anything is. And it doesn't take too long, usually just a minute or two. It doesn't have to be pretty. And with our prototype here, these are pretty thin, but with our Kickstarter version, we'd like everything to be 1/8 inch chipboard, so it'll be a lot easier to use. It'll be a lot nicer, a lot more durable, and stand up to play for a lot longer. So once you have these in place, you'll notice that we have a few spaces on the board here. Some are marked H, and we have a few that are marked Z. Now for those are your starting points. That's where the human will start, that's where the zombies will start. Now this will be different every time you play because you can kind of set the board however you want. You can do zigzags, you can do a big plus sign if you want to. You can really do however you want. So for the base version, we've got these standard pawns that we're going to be using. I know we all want miniatures, so as you'll see, our first stretch goal is miniatures, and this is kind of what we're hoping for. We've got a lot of different things like that. Here's the human player. These are probably going to change a little bit. We have contacted a 3D modeler, and we're working with him to kind of see what we can come up with. But for now, we've just got these standard pawns. And what's unique about the game here is each player kind of has their own special abilities. We've got the human. He's a little more agile. He can really move around a lot better. He rolls with a D8, so he can move around the board a lot faster since he is not a zombie. The other cool thing with him is he can actually move and interact with spaces diagonally, so he doesn't have to be right on the space. So now that the board's set up, the players will do whatever they can to get to the different areas of the board that have the boxes. Now they have no idea what's under those boxes. So the human, really what he wants to be looking for is anything he can to light a fire, whether it's a newspaper, matches, lighter, Molotov cocktail, anything that he can use to turn these fire pits into an active fire. The zombies, on the other hand, they can actually pick up anything, but they can only really do a few things with certain ones. The biggest thing for the zombies is the newspapers. Throughout the board there'll be 2 of these water barrels, and the zombies need to actually take any newspaper they find and get it to that water barrel. Once they've destroyed a newspaper in the water barrel, it can't be used. So since we have 14 total newspapers, and a human in a full game would have to light 5 fires, the zombies have to actually destroy 10 of those newspapers in order for the newspapers to kind of be no longer an effective tool for the human. Now, since we do have 2 Molotov cocktails, he can still light 2 different fires. Now, the problem with that is sometimes people get a little hasty and they use their Molotov cocktails to just throw them at zombies, and instead of lighting a fire, they use it to reduce the health of the zombie. Now, if he's done that and there's nothing else that he can do to light a fire, the game's over. The zombies win. If those Molotov cocktails, however, are still in play, even if they're in the inventory of the zombies, and all of the newspapers have been destroyed, what will actually happen is the safe zone opens up. And once the safe zone is opened, every zombie player should make their way towards the safe zone. Once they've made it to the safe zone, the human can't touch them. So even if 2 of the zombie players are out of it and 2 are in it, only 2 zombies can be attacked by that human. So if the zombies that have the Molotov cocktails have already made it into the safe zone, there's really not a whole lot the human can do, and the zombies will win. So for a quick example of play, we'll start with the human, who rolls with a D8, and he rolled a 6. Now, he doesn't really need a 6 since this box here is pretty close to where he is. So we'll start with him. And we got some matches, so those are pretty important. Now the next player is this zombie right over here. Now, his special ability is that he can also roll with an 8-sided die. Unfortunately, he can only carry one item. So we'll roll him real quick, and he only got a 1, so that ability didn't really help him too much. Now our final zombie over here, he's a normal zombie, he moves pretty slow, so he'll use a 4-sided die, but he can carry up to 2 items. And he also rolled a 1, so zombies aren't doing too hot starting out here. Now our human player gets to go again. He rolls a 3, so we're going to move him, I think, right over here. We're going to see what's under this box. And he's already got a newspaper. So now he's got matches and a newspaper. That's pretty bad news for these zombies already. So our next zombie finally rolls something decent. Now the problem with the zombies rolling such a good number is they're not really that agile. They can't turn on a dime. It's a little hard for them to start and stop. If they roll a number, they've got to use it all. They have to use every single bit of it, and they need to land right on the spot that they need to land on, unless they have a special ability that says otherwise. So if this zombie wants to get to, say, this box, I mean, he's got to be pretty creative. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't even know if he can do it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess he can. 8. So he meandered for a little bit, but he got his way. And he got a newspaper, so that's pretty good. Now our other zombie up here, he's going to take out his 4-sided die again, and he got a 4. So it's not really going to help him, I don't think, with that box. But we could probably take him over here and go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll put him on this box. And what'd he get here? Oh, it's a trap. That's not good. So when you land on a trap, you turn one of your health tokens, flip it over, and now it's 1 less health. Now everybody has 4 health in this game. With a zombie, anytime they lose all of their health, no matter what they roll, they can only move 1 space. They can't die, they're already dead. With a human, if he loses all of his health, he dies. The game's over. Now, he's a little outnumbered, so the way we've made it is only the human can attack the zombies. If all 4 zombies could gang up the human, it really wouldn't be much fun to play. So now we're back to our human player. Now he's got matches and he's got a newspaper, so that's going to be pretty key for him. So we're going to see if we can get one of these fires lit. We need at least a 5 for the human since he can stop where he wants, and we got 5 exactly. So he will come over here and he's going to flip that fire over. He's going to exchange his newspaper and his matches to get that fire lit. Now, since we've got this handy guide here, what we're actually going to do, normally this would be laying down, but I want to make sure you can see it. When the zombies get rid of a newspaper, they'll actually put the newspaper here, face up. So it would sit like this if a zombie threw it away. Now if a human does it, we're going to start from the back here and cover that newspaper up. So if a zombie can get enough newspapers to where they can get all the way here to 10, we've got, right here, it'll tell you, 4 zombie game, it's a win. Now if you're playing with 3 zombies, you got a 4 zombie safe zone. That's if you got 9 newspapers gone, but it's a 3 zombie win. So it kind of scales back. The less zombies you have, the little more difficult it is for the human. So now we've got 1 fire, 1 newspaper out of play, and one of our zombies has a newspaper. So we're going to let him go again. It's his turn. We're going to see if he can get anywhere near that barrel of water and destroy that. And he rolled a 4, so he's still got a ways to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we've got our slowpoke zombie up there. He's kind of old. And he rolled a 3. That's not too bad. We're going to bring him back over here and see what's under that box. So now he's also got a newspaper, so it's looking pretty good for them right now. Now our human's got two choices. He can either head towards those zombies, see if he can get them in time, and start a battle. Now if he starts a battle and he wins the battle, not only will they lose a health, but they'll also drop an item. Now if he loses the battle, as we discussed, he'll lose a health, which with only 4 health might not be the best choice. So he's going to test his luck. He knows there's 11 other newspapers out there, and he's just going to roll and see what he can find. So he got a 1, so we're just going to move right over here to this one. He got some more matches. It worked out for him last time, so we'll see what happens. And we got our other zombie over here. He's making his way. He got a 7. He can be a little creative again. He can, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, he's not going to be able to get it. It's kind of a hard number to work with. But he's closer. And we've got our last zombie. And he rolls a 3. And that's actually perfect for him. 1, 2, 3. He's right on the water. And he's going to take his newspaper. And he's going to put it on that card. So now we've got 1 lit and 1 destroyed. So our human's going to roll one more time. We're going to see what we get here. And he gets a 4. So he's going to head back up this way, and he's going to open up this box. And he's pretty happy right now. He just got a Molotov cocktail. I'd be happy too if I was a human fighting zombies. So we'll throw that in his inventory there.